What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Alya if you are new here. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you makeup that I have been using for over a decade. Now that makes me sound really old, but I'm gonna try not to think about that. The first makeup product that I've been using for at least 10 years now is by Maybelline, and it is the Instant Age Eraser Multi Concealer. Now this is a twist up type product. It has a little sponge on the end and you just dab it on under your eyes and you blend it out. It's just a really great tried and true concealer that a lot of people really love. And what's great about this is it comes in a lot of different shades. So I have the neutralizer, there's like banana tones, there's really fair ivory tones, there's tones that are a little bit darker. So they have a pretty decent variety for concealer shades. Another thing that's great about it is you can build it up to be more of a full coverage, or you can apply it really sparingly just to be a very light coverage over any blemishes or dark spots. Because it has the spongy applicator, it really gives you a lot more versatility. You can do it with a lighter hand. You just basically monitor how much product you are twisting up into the sponge. So this is probably the first concealer I really ever used, honestly, and it has stuck with me. It's still in my arsenal. It's one that I reach for pretty often and I love it. The next product I believe is also Maybelline. I'll link everything down below. This one, the label has long worn off. This is the Cover Stick Concealer and I have the shade Deep Beige. Now please try not to judge me for how disgusting this looks. This is really old. It lasts a really long time. This is a fantastic spot concealing concealer. I always use this when I have any blemishes or anything that I want to cover up. It's just fantastic and it just like lasts. It doesn't kind of like fade or wear off. Oh my god, it's just the best spot concealer I have ever tried and really cheap. I think this is like $4 or $6, so yeah. The next few products are all dedicated to Bare Minerals. I have been using the Bare Minerals powder foundation for ever, like since high school. This is probably the first real foundation that I ever used, as far as like when I switched over from like that matte Dream Mousse, which, you know, we all know how bad that stuff was. But so this is the Bare Minerals Matte Foundation, Broad Spectrum SPF 15. I have the shade Medium Beige. I also have Medium. I've got like a lighter shade. I've got like a whole bunch of these as backups. They're just great. They come in the large size and then they also come in a smaller size. So a size more like this. This honestly gives the most flawless finish to your skin. It doesn't go on powdery like a lot of powder foundations might. And the best way to do it is just dump a little bit in the cap and grab your foundation brush. And the way that I actually applied it today, normally when I apply it, I just use like a big fluffy brush like this one. But for today, I actually tried something different. I tried my regular foundation, like kind of, I think this is called a kabuki brush, not really sure. And then I just swirled it around the cap and then I really like blended it in as though it were a liquid foundation. Like I did the same method. And I feel like that made it look 10 million times better. It really just helped it to set on my skin and just look like my skin but better. And it really allowed the glow of my sunscreen to shine through. And if you're using like obviously a glowy primer or anything and you're worried about looking like too matte or flat, definitely recommend doing it this way. Use like a more like dewy or glowy primer underneath or sunscreen, and then use that kabuki brush and really just blend in your powder foundation. I think you'll like the result of that much more than if you just use like a fluffy brush and like, you know, brush it all on. That being said, that is the way that I used to do it. I used to just use a big fluffy brush and whoop, quick like all over the face. We were good to go. It still looked really good. It looks really natural. It honestly, it just looks like your skin, but better. Just, you know, covers any redness, kind of smooths. And it's not like a super, even though it says it's matte, I wouldn't say it's like a really drying dull matte. So that's what I love about it. The next product I've been using for literally ever is their Mineral Veil. Now, the way that I used to use this is I used to just kind of like put it all over my face when I was done with the rest of my makeup, which is a perfectly fine way to do it, but actually I use this as a setting powder under my eyes, and I just find that this gives the most beautiful, like, just finish to the under eyes. It just really sets the concealer all day. It's not super mattifying, but it's not super glowy. It's kind of just like a natural finish. a tiny bit of luminosity maybe, but not really. It's just so lightweight. I don't like the super, super heavy setting powders. Like I had the Laura Mercier one. If you really want that like, you know, baked bright under eye look, this isn't for you, but I like this for just a really natural mineral setting veil, so love this one. The next product I have is the Bare Minerals bronzer. I have two shades. I have the warmth one, which is a little too warm for me personally, but I really love their faux tan bronzer. I've been using this for years and years, again, like since high school. This is just a phenomenal bronzer. It is kind of dark. You really only need a little bit, like a light hand. You just put a little in the cap, and I like to use my angled brush here, and then I just really like apply it in like a C shape around my face, my jaw, buff it on the nose. It's just a gorgeous bronzer. It's really like, it's just the perfect shade. Like I really hope they never discontinue any of these products because I don't know how I'm gonna like go on with life. It's a little bit dramatic, but it's the truth. I just really like this. I personally prefer a loose bronzing powder as opposed to like a baked bronzer. That being said, I haven't really tried that many baked bronzers because I pretty much have always stuck to this or like a cream bronzer. So I am open to suggestions if you want to leave a comment down below and you know one that's similar but maybe more affordable that you like. But yeah, just a phenomenal bronzer. And the last Bare Minerals product I have here is their blush. This is in the shade Golden Gate. Now, technically this probably could be used as like a bronzer blush hybrid. It is like a more mauve-y leaning brown blush, but it still gives you like a pink cheek in my opinion. But if you're really fair and you don't necessarily want to go in with something super dark, I think you could still use this as like a little bit of a bronzer. I mean, I don't really need to like go on about it. You guys know by now after the last 3 products how much I like all the Bare Minerals powders. I haven't tried their liquid foundations or their pressed powders or anything like that, so I think I need to try that next. But yeah, love this blush. Moving into eyeshadow and on to one of my favorite brands, which is, surprise, surprise, Milani. Now, I have been using Milani eyeshadows like religiously since I started using eyeshadows. I think these were like the first palettes I really gravitated towards. Now, I've had this one as well as this one for years. This one, actually, the hinge on it is broken. These both, I believe, are discontinued. This one I know for sure is discontinued. This one might still be like, you know, lurking around somewhere. But I have had, this is probably like my oldest eyeshadow palette. It's the one I use today. It's just, all of their eyeshadow palettes are amazing. I have more Milani eyeshadow palettes than any other palettes in my collection. I honestly think they perform just as well as the high-end eyeshadows that obviously come at a much steeper price point. I also have this singular Milani eyeshadow. Now this is the oldest eyeshadow in my collection, for sure. This is the Milani Bella Taupe. It's a satin matte. I'm almost positive this is discontinued. I'll see if I can find it anywhere. But I actually just used this recently in my New Year's Eve makeup tutorial, so I still get use out of this one. I love it. It's just a really beautiful, like, cool leaning mauve, kind of like brown gray, grayish kind of color. So yeah, Milani is just where it's at. Even years later, the eyeshadow still performs really well, even though it's probably long expired. The next product is this Revlon Color Stay eyeliner in the shade Black, and this is a roll-up gel liner. And it has a little sharpener on the back and a little smudgy tool. Now, I didn't apply this in this video just because I wasn't really feeling like an eyeliner look today, but I did use this again in my New Year's Eve video, so if you want to see me use it, you can go check that out. But I've just been using this gel liner forever. I've tried tons of other liners and they either just like, you know, smudge, they come down your face, they fade off. This one is so reliable. You don't have to worry about it, you know, fading off your waterline or anything like that. So, and again, it doesn't like irritate my eyes. That was the big thing as well, is I tried a lot of gel liners and pencil liners, and especially when I used to wear contacts, my eyes would get so irritated by the liners. They'd like get red or watery, and I don't have this problem with this liner, so love it. The next product, you guys are probably freaking sick of hearing me talk about it, is the Maybelline Lash Stiletto Mascara. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna shut up about this mascara. You're gonna hear me talking about it until I'm dead. I have used this mascara forever, like definitely since high school. Someone got me onto this. She had a really amazing long eyelashes, and I was like, girlfriend, hook it up. Where'd you get that? And she's like, bestie, it's the Maybelline Lash Stiletto. Go pick one up. And I've been hooked ever since, so shout out to her. She changed my life forever. This is what the wand looks like. It's just like a bristly brush wand. This does not smudge. It does not flake. It looks very natural. It just lengthens, makes your lashes look beautiful, adds just the right amount of volume. Does have a little bit of an interesting scent. I've said this before, it smells like an old school makeup. Ooh, kind of smell. But you get used to that. It's not like it lasts all day long or anything. You just will notice it while you're applying it. So yeah, just the best mascara. Honestly, I'm so paranoid every time I go to the store that this is no longer gonna be there. We don't really have this in Ireland. You can get it on Amazon UK now. You didn't used to be able to. Just recently I did notice that you have it on there now. But you can get this at any drugstore, Ulta, Target, whatever in the United States, so love. And the last product I have here is a MAC lipstick. Now this is the shade Velvet Teddy. This is not the shade that I have used forever, but I have used this exact type of MAC lipstick forever. I used to buy a lot of like the red shades and the burgundies and the oranges back in the day. And this shade is actually just like a really gorgeous neutral. This is like probably their like cult favorite, most popular shade in their line. This is a matte lipstick, but it's like a nice like suede feeling, kind of like creamy matte. It's not super drying. It doesn't like make your lips all cracked or anything like that. It lasts a really long time. Their lipsticks are just great. I think that they're around like 18 to 20 US dollars. This is actually a smaller size just because I kept buying MAC lipsticks and like I'm just so bad with them. Like I just lose them. I'll be like, you know, rifling around in my purse on a night out and the lipstick goes flying out because it's in a black case. I don't see that it fell on the floor. And I was like, oh my God, I keep losing my $20 lipsticks. This is not okay. So this is one of the little tester, not tester, but like, you know, travel size ones. I think I paid like 10 bucks for this one. So if you can do that, if you're like me where you lose stuff, get the small size. Just one of my favorite lipsticks if you're looking to treat yourself and pick up like a more high-end lipstick. I love the MAC lipsticks, just one of the best. So that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it. It really brought me back down memory lane. So leave me a comment down below if you use any of these products regularly or if you've tried them before and what you think about them. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on the way out, and thank you so much for watching.